not going to talk about it directly, but it will come up in this conversation. Warner Brothers Discovery, within a couple of weeks, we're going to know who owns them, most likely. I think it's already done.
Mm.
I think they've chosen. I think whatever deals came in, there are rumors that the deals were not exactly Warner Brothers wanted, but the three guys who put it in, that's the best you're going to get. Zaslav ain't going to get his stock over 30 or anything shit like that.
That's true.
So they think they've made the choice, and I think talks have begun, which has resulted. And I only knew about this because Jed told me, because no one has talked about this anywhere except you have to dig for it. It's not made it on any of the major shill sites or anything like that. A couple nights ago, Jed sends me a DM in the horrible current X version of it. And he says, I'm so sorry, dude. I go, what? Lanterns is delayed. I went, he's like, I got Lanterns news where I go, what? Because I'd been sick and I'd been out of it for the whole day. So I check my DMs and I see what he's talking about Lanterns, and I find it's been delayed. It was supposed to come out in February. Now it's coming out in June, July. Dre, if there was confidence in this show with a merger, with a buyout, not a merger, a buyout about to happen, they'd slap this shit on HBO Max and say, let's go, wouldn't they?
100%. You're absolutely correct. So two things could be happening simultaneously. One, I think, and which I think is the most likely, they know the show is garbage, and they know good and well they have to at least try to make DC look a little bit more sexy for their new buyers, and so they got to go and try to make this thing look good. Number two, which I think is a little bit more far fetched, but I think I've seen wild stuff in the last few years. I think all these projects are permanently on hold.
Really?
I think they're all on hold, and I think we're going to get trickled down one by one. Each one that's going to be on hold. All the DC projects. I believe that's going to start with Lanterns because that was supposed to be coming up next. Then we're going to get an announcement about the
Supergirl's in May.
Supergirl.
Supergirl's in May.
Supergirl. We're going to get, and then we're going to get whatever nonsense, whatever James Gunn
Jimmy
is over there.
Olsen.
Yeah,
well, that hasn't even got into production yet. That's
whatever the case may be, all the garbage, all the stuff that's coming up. I think all of it is we're gonna get stamped with delay, because, and I think Adam's right. I think whoever is buying DC Studios, I think that might be going through already, and they are already saying, cut all this trash before this joint comes on over here, because we're not spending a dime on it. Now, I think that's more of a far-fetched idea, but at the same time, I can actually see that happen.
I mean, Jed, I really think that the buyout, the purchase, the sale has influenced this. Whether somebody said, push this back, we don't want this to air right away, or we don't want you, because whenever they buy this, it's still going to take months before it's approved by the U.S. government. It's not going to happen immediately. And in that time, Lanterns will air. So the buyout, we're going to know before the end of December. We will know in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Therefore, if let's say they can fast track this shit, because I hate to say it, the president is very bullish on somebody buying Warner Brothers. He said it. He said Paramount is a good deal. You should look at that, which I think is a little out of line. The president should not be commenting on that, but
I agree.
That's not here or there at the moment. But I think that it'll get fast tracked, and that within 6 months it'll be done. And oh look, Jed, what number is June in the year in the calendar year?
I believe it happens to be the 6th month of the year.
Yeah. So in order to make sure the company doesn't do any worse, they punted Lanterns from February to June, maybe July. Does that sound like a realistic thought to you?
At this point, it is entirely fair to say that this delay and any future delays are tied to the merger. I think that's pretty obvious at this point what their motivations and their decisions, like Dre was saying, delaying everything to try to squash this DCU. Whether or not it's that explanation or more towards yours, completely on the table for discussion. But regardless, it is related to the merger, in my opinion. And yeah, they could be trying to push things back, trying to make the company look better. Even if it takes 6 months to take over the company after the deal goes through, it still takes a long time for a new buyer to come in and make a company their own. The
Mhm.
transition period is going to be a year or two. So Warner Brothers is going to be a bit of a mess for the next little while. Things on production might be canceled. Things that are almost done might get backgirled. We might not even ever see Supergirl, because I think that is definitely going to get delayed as well, because you don't want your show and your movie for 2026 to come out right next to each other. May and June are too close together. So I
Mhm.
think that's a good sign that Supergirl will be delayed to August or October at least, maybe the Christmas season. So I kind of hope it gets Batgirl, because that would be hilarious. And a
Mm.
lot of the leaks and rumors about the purchases, a lot of the people coming in have spoken positively, or rumored to have spoken positively, about the Snyderverse. And
Okay. Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
the implication, or the belief that a lot of people have, that the new buyers will eliminate the DCU and replace it with the defunct DCEU. And this would be a way to do that, is just make everything from the DCU that's in production. You can't deny, I mean, you can't stop at this point unless you Batgirl it for Supergirl and Lanterns, but pretty much everything else you can just outright
Well,
cancel.
we haven't even seen a set photo of Supergirl, and it's been they haven't even.
We do
Did
have
we
some leaked photos, not official
really?
ones.
I don't
I
remember.
believe we saw some Lobo a few
No,
months
we
ago.
didn't. No, we never did.
Oh, was
All
that a
Lobo
fake Lobo?
that was fake because all
Okay.
they specifically said all of Momoa's scenes were shot indoors.
Mm.
So he was never outside in his Lobo makeup. No
So
one
that was
has any
fake.
other. It was fake. It was fake. Just like at the moment, slight tangent. There's a bunch of fake cast photos going around of the Avengers Doomsday mutants. And you know how they're fake? I could tell you one reason fake. Not even if they're even if you could point out how the AI fake. Alan Cumming personally said, "I shot my
Hmm.
scenes with nobody," and he's pictured in that. If
In
you
makeup. He said he
in makeup,
specifically never wore makeup either.
yeah. So that alone tells you it was fake. So there's a lot of fake shit out there, and we know when we cover this stuff, Momoa was never seen in his Lobo makeup. He says it's great, but that's all we know. So we know, but we've never seen anything. We don't even know anything. They haven't even released a new poster yet, and now we're coming up on just 7 months away from that.
I I think it's going to get Batgirl. That's my personal opinion at this
Mhm,
point, because like you said, they haven't shown anything, so it's not as risky. And with mergers like this, new companies are willing to accept losses in a
mhm,
merger where a normal company wouldn't. So Supergirl's got an insane budget. They haven't spent anything on marketing yet, so that
mhm.
helps alleviate the cost. But a new company coming in is willing to body that 250.
Same with Clayface.
Oh
Clayface
That one's
God,
might
at
get
least a
forget.
very low budget,
yeah,
Oh
but that could easily
God.
get shelved
easily.
and never seen because we've
Nobody
seen
cares.
we saw some set pictures, but nobody gives a damn.
Mhm.
That but it's more. It all circles back to this whole thing. This fabrication that the DCU is somehow successful. That there's excitement for it. There isn't. There isn't because
God,
the
man.
numbers speak to it. Hasn't made money, and therefore you guys have already touched on it. So I'll ask the question officially: is the DCU in trouble with this merger?
Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. This joint is going to be dead and buried before anyone can call 911. All right, this is over. It's all like we said a year ago that if Superman doesn't do well, the DCU is finished.
Hmm.
Period.
We did.
And ooh da lolly jolly what a day.
Hmm.
Here comes the buyers. The sharks smell chum and they're coming to eat. It's happening. This was
Yeah.
an mitigated disaster from start to finish. And and yes, we can always blame James Gunn, and I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
because he's a moron. He's a moron, a fool, and a liar. All you had to do, even if you weren't even going to follow my recipe, which would be create the big three and make billions,
Which they're
why
rushes do. Follow up. We talked about it last week. The rumors this week is that they're casting for Wonder Woman to be stooped into Man of Tomorrow now,
it's too late.
which is what I
It's
said.
too late.
Yeah.
When you made your freaking roadmap, which I have made like my desktop at this point because that is now practically my Bible. When you made your freaking roadmap, you cheated everyone by just simply making up crap that was never going to see the light of day, that no one wanted to see off rip. All you had to do, if you were going to even stick to it, was follow your freaking roadmap. Yes, it was retarded. Yes, it was stupid. But at least you would have stuck to your guns, James Gunn. At least you would have stuck to it. But you didn't. You reneged on it. And you just threw that out the freaking window. All those projects are on the cutting room floor, if there's even scripts written. And then you abandon it. And then it's like, we're going to do Man of Steel 2. That went on your freaking little baby list. That wasn't there. That wasn't there. That means you're scrambling. You're talking to somebody that used to play football. I could have played Division I football in college if I had the grades and actually went to LSU. I could have played Division I football. There is something called a scramble drill. When a scramble drill is happening is when your play has failed and you're a desperate man running around behind the line of scrimmage trying to find somebody open. That is what he's doing. It's over. And now the sharks are coming and they're eating your butt cheeks. They're gone. You got no cheeks left. It's over. Hence why DC's being sold. I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers will have Warner Brothers or whoever is being sold. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the powers that be don't mind collecting a couple $1 billion. Mm-hmm. It's over. And you think they're going to keep you? You failed. Why would I keep failure? Why would I keep failure? What's going to happen is that DC is going to be put on ice. Thank white Jesus. Is going to be put on ice for a number of years until there is a hungering for it. And hopefully they get somebody that knows what they're doing, probably somebody with some ARAP money that's going to go ahead and take care of this. It's over. Well, this is the first little crumbs. This is the crumbs that's showing. Because okay, if this joint gets canceled, let's say tomorrow, they say, oh, Green Lantern's canceled. Is anybody going to be surprised?
Is anyone going to care?
No, I'll care. I want to review Lanterns.
Yes, I know. I know, Adam. You want to burn this joint at the stake, and God knows everyone does. But no one, as far as the zeitgeist is concerned, no one gives a crap.
Yeah, no.
Zero people give a crap. And let me be even better. How many normies care about this?
None.
Zero. Green Lantern, unfortunately, isn't that popular.
And normies don't even know the show exists.
Exactly. And here we go. I keep giving James Gunn grace because every time I give him grace, it makes him look even worse. You just made this Superman movie, which is it was Justice League of America movie, Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. There's a JLA movie. You didn't even introduce the Green Lantern that you're using in your show. Yeah. You're a retard. From top to bottom. If my next big project is a Green Lantern show featuring Jon Stewart, Gee Willikers Batman, maybe I should have him in this film so that people can know who the freak he is.
Nathan Fillion can't play a black man.
Nathan Fillion, that's also true. But okay, then
he is in the show.
Get Guy out of there.
Yeah.
Get Guy out of there and put in Jon Stewart. Have him be introduced as your Green Lantern in your JLA Superman movie.
But then James Gunn can't make him funny.
This is my problem. He's a hack. He doesn't even know how to even parlay. Like, if you're going to copy Marvel, okay, copy Marvel in their heyday. Copy Marvel when they're at the height of their power. They introduced a character in another film. Then you get the spinoff and create more stuff from it because now the general audience is now familiar with that character. Like, oh, I really liked him. You know what would make more sense? And now, granted, I don't want this to happen, and I personally don't believe in this. If I was going to actually parlay this into something, I would have made a Mr. Terrific show. Okay, Mr. Terrific was practically the main character in this film. Let's call it like it is. He was practically the main character.
He saved the day.
He saved the day.
The most liked
and had the most screen time. Look at the numbers. Had the most screen time. If you're going to parlay a character from your universe, bare minimum, do it with the character that is actually being recognized and had the most screen time in the joint. You're going to jump to the shark and say, hey, we're going to do Green Lantern. Are you going to do Nathan Fillion? Nah, I'll do Jon Stewart. Do you know what the normies are going to say? Who that? And no one's going to care. This man's a moron.
And the problem is they're doing a Jon Stewart at the expense of Hal Jordan, which is a criminal.
which
Because
is just
we've
just
said that
criminal.
repeatedly. You do not need to take out Hal
Denigrate.
Jordan to elevate, denigrate. Thank you, better word. Thank you. Denigrate Hal Jordan to elevate Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart stands on his own. You don't have to. You don't have to. There's a great moment in Justice League Unlimited season 2. It's the moment where the dude is warping everything. The guy's stealing shit from time. He's fucking up the timelines.
Oh
And
yeah,
at one moment it's John, and then he stabs to Hal. He says, "They go." Batman goes, "Who are you?" Hal Jordan. Don't worry, I'm up to date.
yeah,
And then it stabs
That was a
back to
great
John.
scene. Yeah, that was great. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
Because we always wondered if Hal Jordan was actually in that universe. Because in Superman, we got we got Guy Gardner instead of Hal Jordan in the Superman animated series. And we get
Guy shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, and we get it. Hal Jordan's plane is in that episode, so we don't know if Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern, but that kind of reaffirmed it for us.
Yeah,
So
and then
once
Guy
again,
shows up later in the Mazo comes back episode. Where the
and
lanterns
once
are on the
again,
side.
Adam, you're mentioning much better creative people involved. Much better creative people that know what they're talking about.
I've been watching.
Man,
I've been watching this while I was sick.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start Batman the Animated Series.
I have a theory I was going to pose, but I want to wait till Beater's here because I want his take on it in terms of for animated series. It's just I'm watching it. It popped into my head the other day while I was watching it, but I'll wait till Beater's here for that discussion. But yeah, so
I hope you're right, Dre, that they put it on ice, that they wait for hunger for the DCU, and they get all the money that they need to, air money or otherwise is fine. Just let it sit. Because if they just go back to Snyder right now, you're not addressing any of the problems that made the Snyderverse fail in the first place. There's a reason why there was an opening for James Gunn to come in and restart this universe. There was vulnerability. Yes, it wasn't on the same level as we currently have with the James Gunn universe, but you can't fix a wrong by going back to a tried and true wrong. You're not going to solve anything. You're just going to continue to make the same mistakes. You need to sit and then start over. I think the clamoring for the Snyderverse is just as ridiculous as the clamoring for the continuing of the Gunnverse. Neither of them are going to make DC good. Neither of them are going to make DC popular. Neither of them are going to make this new Warner Brothers billions of dollars that they need.
No, it didn't make them money now, and it's not going to make them going forward because you guys said it perfectly. There is no clear plan. There's no clear map to success. Restart, remake, redo, bring it up, round up, leave this in now, leave that, take it out, whatever. None of it's working because the right people haven't been in charge. There were elements that was good in the Snyderverse, but most of it was just a failed experiment at a little too dark. There's nothing good in the James Gunnverse. Gunverse is complete trash.
And it just started.
Yeah.
It just started, actually, and it's a nightmare.
I will take Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane because she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
She's an improvement over Amy Adams, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody's improvement over her. I would have put you in a dress and see her again, Jed.
Wow.
She's a nightmare. She's a nightmare. I hate her. I hate her in everything she's ever in.
I agree. I'm not an Amy Adams fan. I don't get the hype for her. I don't.
I've only ever liked her in Night in Museum 2, where she plays Amelia Earhart. That's right up her alley.
I don't like those movies. I don't like those movies.
No, I think they're cute.
I don't like Ben Stiller. I don't like
Ben Stiller's a joke.
Anything he's in, I'm automatically turned off when I watch it.
Only thing I liked him in, two things. Dodgeball, because he's a useless twat, and that's
Vince Vaughn. That's Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn carries that movie 100%.
Yeah.
And Tropic Thunder. Those are the only two things I like.
And they're both making fun of him in those.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh. Kel knows what's going on. Erica Durant's Lois Lane. When she got introduced on Smallville, dude.
Yeah, she was hot.
Dude, that American flag bikini pole dance. Oh, we all became men that day.
It's funny. It's funny. Everybody knows that scene. I wasn't even into Smallville, and and I remember that.
She's just a beautiful woman.
Oh yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Just a beautiful woman. Point is, all this stuff. I agree with you. I think the DCU is in danger. I go back to my original statement when Warner Brothers became officially for sale. If the Gunn DCU, whatever you want to call it, Gunverse, if it had been successful with Superman and everything else surrounding it, we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. So if you're coming in as the new owners, the first thing you're going to do when you clean house is get rid of the shit that sank the ship in the first place. The final nail in the coffin, which was James Gunn's DCU. We'll wait and see, though. A lot of it's theory, but we're going to get news on all this stuff. We'll just have to wait.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.